So you're welcome to our web development training for today. Today is officially day 2 as we continue with the curriculum of the Pre-Code Camp platform. And if you have registered already, you will notice that it will look something like this when you log in. When you log in, it will look something like this. So we are focusing on the responsive web design certification. So at the end of your participating in the projects and completing them, you are going to get a certification. So they're going to give you a free certification, and that is when you complete the projects. If you do not complete the project, you're not going to get the you're not going to get the certifications at all. So we want to resume from where we left off. Let's resume from where we left off. So you click on resume. You want to wait for it to load. Just wait for it to load. I want to believe that my network tonight is not going to be a problem. Okay, so great. So last time we treated up to step 8, and this is our project that we are working on, the cat photos, and we already have an image here already. So we are just going to continue. Step 9. All image that is IMG element should have an alt attributes. The alt attributes text is used for screen readers to improve accessibility and is displayed if the image fails to load. For example, this is the image tag. We have the source. Then this is the name of the name given to the image. It is called cat, and the extension cat.jpg, that is JPEG. So the extension is JPEG, and then the alt attribute is a cat. The alt attribute is a cat. So it has an alt attribute with the text a cat. That's what that simply means. So inside the IMG element, that is the image element, we are asked to add an alt attribute with this text, a cute orange cat lying on its back. So we just want to do exactly that. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to add the alt attribute. Adding the alt attribute, so I'm going to say equal to, then I have my quotation. Then it's inside the quotation, I'm going to write a cute orange cat lying on its back. Lying on its back. Yeah. So that's what I have added. So this is the, once again, the image tag. Then the source. So this is the path, the URL. So it is, the URL is, this is the URL. But if your pictures or your images are inside your folder, if they are in inside the folder that you must have created, you're going to name your image by yourself. But if it is on a path like a URL or a link, this is how it's going to look like. So this is actually a link. Okay, so you can add the link here. Okay, so then this is the alt attributes. So the alt attribute, we now give it a name, a cute orange cat lying on its back. So let's see if our code runs. So I click on check the code. I'll wait. Congratulations, your code passes. So our code passes. So it means we did the right thing. So you can now submit. The reason why you need to log in is because you can save your progress and then you continue from where you stop. So we submit like that. So this takes us to step 10. So step 10 says you can link to another page with the anchor, that is the A element, the anchor A element. For example, the A, then you have another attribute called href. Then this is the link. This will link to a freecodecamp.org. So now add an anchor element after the paragraph that links to https://freecatphotosapp.com. So at this point, the link won't show up in the preview. So after the paragraph, I am asked to add an anchor tag. Okay, so this is the anchor tag href equal to, then I have what we are asked to add in the write-up is free cats photo app.com. Then of course I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it. Then I close the anchor tag. So I'm going to close the anchor tag like this. So notice the way I'm writing it. Notice how I'm writing it. So this is the anchor tag and I'm going to close it like this. So let's check the code. So they've already told us that at this point, it's not going to show in the preview. So it's not going to show in our output, but we are still going to see it later. Let's just continue. So if I check the code, wow, it says, sorry, there's something I did not add. I did not add HTTPS. I did not add HTTPS. Okay, so I'm going to add HTTPS. Then I'm going to say full colon //. So I forgot to add that. I forgot to add that. All right, so if I check it again, let's see. Okay, so something is holding us, something is not right somewhere. So let me check. HTTPS free cats photo. Oh, I did not spell photo correctly. Photo app. Photo app. Okay, so let's check it now. So this should be able to work. Okay, I still did not spell it correctly. Okay, so this should work now. This should work. All right, so you can see that once you misspell, you give you wrong spelling, it's not going to work until you give the correct. So you see, congratulations, your code passes. Submit your code to continue. You are unstoppable. All right, so we're making progress. 14% complete. So let's submit the code. So 11, a link's text must be placed between the opening and closing tags of an anchor A element. For example, the whole of this link, this is a link with the text. Click here to go to the free code camp. Click here to go to the free code camp. So they say add an anchor text link to the cat's pictures to the anchor elements. This will become the linked text. So what I'm going to do is in between click here to go to the, so in between here, this is where I'm going to say link to cat's pictures. Yeah. Link to cat's pictures. All right, so if I say your anchor A element that should be linked to cat's pictures, make sure to put the linked text between the anchor A elements opening tag and closing tag. Yeah, that's what we did. That's what we did. Put it between the opening tag and the closing tag. That's what we did. That's what we did. Is between. Okay, so congratulations. They don't want us to bring this one to the next line. They don't want us to bring it to the next line. Okay, so let's proceed. You're making progress. I hope you are following. I hope you are all following. So if you are following what I am doing,
Yes, sir.
okay, so if you are following what I'm doing, just put in the comment section that you are following. Just type 22 there. Let me know that you are following. Let me know you are seeing what I'm doing and you are also following. And if you have any question, you can use the raise hand. You can just put your raise hand and I'm going to see it. And then I will know you want to ask a question. So you can just type 22 if you are following. Let me just know that you are with me and that I'm not the only one talking or just talking to myself. Okay. So I'm going to submit this code. Submit this code. Okay. So from time to time, this will pop up asking you to donate. Well, it's not out of place to donate. You can donate and you can do it later. Okay. So step 12, you can turn any text into a link, such as text inside of a P element. Now, I want to turn this text into a link. How do we do that? how do we do that? How are we going to do that? So this is a paragraph P. I think then this is the link. This is the link. So close the link is great. So how do we turn the text into a link? So now in the text of your P element, turn the words cat photos into a link by adding an opening and closing anchor A tags around these words. Then set the href attribute to https://freecatphotoapp.com. Okay, so if you understand what they want us to do, it is this cat photos that is here in this paragraph elements, these cat photos. We want us to turn these cat photos into a link. Now, to do that, just surround it with an anchor tag, with an A tag. Okay, an A tag. I'm going to close it up here. Then in the opening tag of the A tag, I'm going to type the href equal to, then I'm going to type this link, which is https. It's going to be inside the quotation, https // freecatphotoapp.com. Okay, so you can see that this has already changed to a link. This has already changed to a link. So to know that this is a link, you will see the hand. Your mouse, when you hover over it, your mouse is going to change to a hand. That means it is clickable. But just this text, they are not clickable. This heading, they are not clickable. This one is not clickable. This text is not, but this is clickable. That shows that it is a link. So it is colored blue and it is underlined, which shows that it is a link. So if we check our code, sorry, your code does not pass. Keep trying. So the link's href value should be, let's check. Photo app. Okay, I did not spell photo correctly again. So I can't spell tonight. Okay, so I've corrected it. So boom. Congratulations, your code passes. Your code passes. So if you are doing this on your own and you discover that when you submit your code, it does not pass, just check your spellings. Just check. In fact, they will even tell you the error here. Below here, they will tell you what you are not getting right. So if you read it very well, you will understand what you are doing wrong, and then you will correct it and then you will proceed. Okay? So let's continue. So we submit and we are proceeding. 13. Now that you've turned the text cat photos inside the P element into a link, you don't need the second link below the P element. Delete the entire anchor element below the P. So this is what they asked us to do. We don't need this one. They're telling us that we don't need this one. So they say we should delete it. So I'm going to delete it. I'm going to remove it because that's what they asked us to do. So I've removed it. So if I check, it passes. So that's just what they want us to do. I submit. We proceed. 14, add a target attribute with the value underscore blank to the anchor A elements opening tag so that the link opens in a new tab. So now they want us to add anchor. They want us to add the targets. Now this target is going to be this target equal to is going to be underscore blank underscore blank. Now the reason why we are adding this attribute called target with a value of underscore blank is because if you do not add this, if you click on the link, it will close your web page. But if you add this target attribute with a value of underscore blank, if you click on the link, your web page will still be open and it will take you to the link where you are linking where you have this link, wherever your anchor tag is linking you to, like this cat photos, wherever it's linked, it will open it on a new window or on a new browser. For without the target element, without the target attribute, it will open a new tab, but it will close your web page. So we do not want that to happen. So that's why it is always advisable, it is recommended, it is good practice to add the target attribute. So let's check the code now. Sorry, the target attributes, check that there is a space after the opening tag name and or there are spaces before all attributes name. There are spaces. Okay, I've seen where the problem is. Okay, so I'm going to add my target here. So I'm gonna put underscore blank. Okay, so if I check it now, it will pass. All right, so it has passed. So let's proceed. I want to believe that you understand what we are doing. You understand what we are doing. Do you understand? If you understand, just type 11 that you understand. Put 11, you understand. If you do not understand, put 1 so that I know that we are on the same page. I know we're on the same page. All right, so let's quickly continue. 15, in previous steps, you use an anchor element to turn text into a link. Other types of content can also be turned into a link by wrapping it in anchor tags. Turn the image into a link by surrounding it with necessary element tags. Use https://freecatphotoapp.com as the anchor tag, as the anchor's href attribute value. Okay, so I want to wrap this image. I'm wrapping it with an anchor tag right now. So I'm going to say a href. So the value is https full column / free cats photo app.com. So I'll close this one up, and then I also close this with an anchor tag. Yeah. So if you check now, you will see that if you hover over the image, you will see that the image is now a link. The image is now a link. So it's clickable. It's clickable. So if you click, it will take you. But we don't want to do that. Normally, this link will bring you to another website. It works. This is the link to. All right, so it works. All right, so if I check, congratulations, your code passes. Your code passes. All right, so let's proceed. We're making progress. So now, before adding any new content, you should make sure of a section elements to separate the cat photo content from the future content. So take your H2 comments, paragraph, and anchor element, and next them in a section element. Next them in a section element. So this is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to have, I'm going to wrap a section element. So section, like so. Then I have this. Then I close the section. Okay, so I'm done with that. So my code passes. We did the right thing. Did the right thing. Submit. 17. So it is time to add a new section. Add a second section element below the existing section element. So I want to add another section. So I'm going to add another section here. So section. So just I'll close this section. So I check, it passes, I've done that. So I submit and proceed. Section 18. So within the section, within the second section element, add a new H2 element with the text card list. So inside here, I'm going to add another H2. So I'm going to say H2, then I close it. So inside, I'm going to say cards lists. All right, so we're now treating lists. So remember lists, I've taught you lists earlier. So we're now treating lists from this platform now. So it's easier for you to understand. So I just check. That is it. We're making progress. So submit. Now, when you add a lower rank heading element to the page, it's implied that you are starting a new subsection. So after the last H2 element of the second section element, add an H3 element with the text things cat law. So we are now adding another subsection here. This is another H3. So you should add H3 elements. We're going to close it up. And in between, I will now say things cats law. Okay, things cats love. So you notice that in our outputs is displaying here in the preview. Is displaying here. So cat list, which is H2, things cat love, which is H3. So I check the code, it passes. Congratulations. So that is it. So let's now look at the last one, 20 for today. And we are going to stop here. So now, after the history elements with the things catalog text, add an unordered lists UL elements. Note that nothing will be displayed at this point. So after it, I'm going to add UL. Let me indent this. So I'm going to add UL and I close it up like this. So notice that nothing will happen. So let me check quickly. All right, so it passes. It passes. I submit. Okay. So now they say use the list item li elements to create items in a list. Here is an example of list items in an unordered list. I'm giving you an example of an ordered list. Now within the UL, that's new elements, next three list items to display three things cats love. So I'm going to leave this one for you as an assignment. So do from 21 to 30. So when we meet in our next class, I will have seen your progress. So I've given you 2 assignments now. Okay, so you do from 21 to 30. So you complete this. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is it clear?